question? We definitely have worked with Mr. Cosby on issues over the years, and we do expect that he's tried to work to make some of these things correct them. Many of them have not been corrected to our satisfaction. However, the one thing that we've never worried about Mr. Cosby has been his relationship with students and their relationship with him. However, somebody else said it earlier, there are some kids in this school who, if they were doing what we told Mr. Cosby to do in the beginning, would be back in their home school. Because we can give students a chance, and then we've been asked to give them a chance, but after they prove that they want to be disruptive or not be cooperative, they got to leave this school. Well, that's because Mr. Cosby has to make that happen.
Because he's trying to help them.
Over here.
Hello, my name is LaShawn Smith, and I was invited by one of the parents. I'm from the Concerned Clergy of Indianapolis, and I guess there's been a lot of questions before my questions, so some may have got answered, but I just wanted to know who was responsible to hold Mr. Cosby accountable to do his job.
Dr. Greenwood is the supervisor.
Wow.
Dr. Greenwood reports to me, and we work with Mr. Cosby very closely.
Okay, and my last statement is, if he's an African-American principal and the students seem to like him, the parents seem to like him, why can't this just be solved with just telling him what he did wrong, let him come back and, you know, review his behavior?
I want to ask you a question first. Isn't it true that the past 2 years you have not held Mr. Cosby accountable for the benchmarks, and this is the first year that you have held him accountable for the benchmarks?
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
You're going to ask me, and I'm going to tell you, yes, we have, and yes, Dr. Greenwood has, and yes.
Okay, what happened to the 5 years that you promised Mr. Cosby you'd give him in the beginning?
No one
He
has a
said
5-year contract.
No, he asked you in the beginning, if I have not got the school under control under 5 years, I will quit.
Who told you that?
Oh, Lord. Never mind, here. You're ignoring
No,
everything.
I'm just saying, who told you that conversation?
You did!
Good evening.
Do I gotta go smoke?
Control yourself, Jennifer.
I'm a little concerned about the hearsay presentation that we see here and its overall validity. I think that what we have said to a lot of the parents here, initially, we had requested of you to have a meeting with the parents and the students because Mr. Cosby had been pulled out of the school without anyone knowing and understanding why. That's why we're here tonight. In our meeting a couple of days ago, you said that you would present tonight to us the benchmark data based on the benchmarks and the scrimmages that of the test scores that were taken in October, and that was one of your major concerns about Mr. Cosby and Mr. Cosby's ability to be a good instructor, a good leader, a good teacher, etc. So you were going to present to us tonight, that data to explain to us why he may not be our principal. I'm just wondering what happened to that data, number one. Number two, why now, at 9 weeks, in the middle of, the start of the school year, are we opening up this whole can of worms and instead of trying to prepare a way to get those guidelines and those instructional objectives that you have in place met? First off, where is the benchmark data that is supposed to be such a problem for Shortridge Law and Public Policy back in high school?
Like I said in the very beginning, the benchmark performance is not one of the 7 things that will get Mr. Cosby to lose his job. Okay? We looked at the benchmark data. We did not want to take time on subjects that would not impact his job. talking about are the things that will impact his job. The supervision, the instructional leadership, all those things impact his job. The benchmark results would not cause him to lose his job. The areas that I'm talking to you about are the serious areas that really weigh on his job. And there are some other things that I won't share with you because they are personnel issues that also goes into this. But we've shared enough with you tonight just to try to give you a range of concern in that other 3/4 area of his job responsibility. The 1/4 dealing with students and that relationship, that's excellent. The other 3/4 area to try to give you some idea of what those were tonight, and those are the things that cause us a lot of unreadiness and concern. So we decided to share with you those things that were essential to whether or not he was going to continue being employed as principal or not. And in terms of what the people have said, I'm going to say this again. We've had audit teams in this school for the last 2 years. We know what the teachers are doing. We also know what's happening with Mr. Cosby and the flow of the building. So we're not jumping to any conclusion. Okay? We're really not. It came down to an act of just flat out insubordination that is just totally unacceptable. You don't disregard a direct mandate that pertains to ways to improve your school and just blow it off. You just can't do that. And that was the straw that really broke the camel back. Now, there are some other issues there connected to the history of Mr. Cosby in this school that also will come up when we talk to Mr. Cosby. But it's not about that with you. I've told you the things tonight that are going to be key to whether or not he keeps or loses his job. And it's not the benchmark.
But that is what you told us 2 days ago. And that was the plateau that we brought everyone here, is that the kids were failing, that the benchmark and the scrimmage scores were the lowest, especially in the area of math, and that was of great concern. You did, however, also say that there were these other areas that were personnel matters that we do not know about and would not know about. But specifically, I came here, and many of his parents came here expecting to see that data, and we don't see it. So, I appreciate your time.
Hi, my name is Kelly, and I'm a parent of a student in now high school, which has now been taken over by the state. And first let me say you have my deepest sympathy because it's hard when your children's hearts are breaking. And it's time that we take back our schools.
Sharon, you were quoted on one of the news stations saying at the previous meeting that you weren't fully prepared to answer some of the questions that students and parents confronted you with. Is this true?
That's true.
Why would you suspend our principal if you weren't ready to answer the questions that you knew would follow?
Because unlike my superintendent and other superintendents I've trained under, I took my time to come to hear you tonight. Many people wouldn't even come to the meeting. I'm here because I care about what you got to say. I suspended your principal because he directly disobeyed what he was supposed to do. And it was past the point he had to get his attention. And right now we're pondering, guess what will we do? Will we terminate him? Or just what will happen to Mr. Cosby? We will be meeting with him early next week, and we will start the process. I'm here tonight because I want to hear what you got to say. People who jump on me, I'm not on trial here. I'm trying to hear you tell me something that I don't know, like Mr. Perez, what he had to say. That's meaningful, okay? But that's why I'm here. Even if I could answer your question, there are some I wouldn't answer because there are certain items that only Mr. Cosby needs to hear and respond to. So yeah, that's why we said that.
Do you by chance know why Cosby isn't here or why he couldn't be here if this meeting is very important for him?
Yeah. We're talking about him, he should be able to be here.
What'd she say?
I said you're an idiot.
So if I trouble him the last time, take that guy.
You can't do it. It's a freedom of speech.
You're wait.
It's a freedom of speech.
You're wrong.
You want her opinion. No, this is a long time. Brandy. We know Brandy.
But we drew ourselves the last time.
No, we said anything inappropriate to